pleased to present to you today our pioneer court of learned men and women. It is our fervent hope that these promising lawyers will steadily uphold the values of integrity, self-discipline, fairness, and hard work that were inculcated in them during their 5 long years of rigorous study at the Midland State University, as well as during their work-related learning. Your Excellency, I'm exceedingly pleased to inform you that through the generous support from our political leadership in the province, captains of industry and commerce from all corners of Zimbabwe, from our parent Ministry of Higher and Tertiary Education, from our committed members of the fundraising committee, and the last but by no means least, from the renowned son of Africa and the former president of the Republic of Mozambique, Comrade Joaquim Chissano, we achieved an unparalleled feat of raising $7.2 million in cash and in pledges of cash and building materials towards the construction of a state-of-the-art library. We envisage that the library will be an interdisciplinary information and knowledge hub, which potentially serves not only the province, but the entire nation at large. Your Excellency, and finally, the occasion that we are witnessing today is indeed a manifestation of a delicate siege of informed and carefully timed interventions from various stakeholders. Accordingly, I humbly wish to take this privileged opportunity to thank all those stakeholders and the valued friends of the Midland State University who have managed, against all odds, to successfully transform our dreams into realities, particularly this year. To our graduates, I say, you now leave the Midland State University with the ultimate tool for self-improvement, for national development, as well as for poverty eradication. Go out there, free yourselves, free our people, and build our beautiful nation, which is full of promise. Congratulations, Makorokoto, I thank you. Your Excellency and Chancellor, I now have the honor to request you to confer honorary degrees of the Midland State University to candidates for these awards. Today, the Midland State University honors a scholar of extraordinary merit who contributed enormously towards the promotion of the cultural heritage and development of this country. Mrs. Angelina Campbell made history when she obtained a BA degree in South Africa in 1957, becoming the second African woman in the then Southern Rhodesia to obtain a university degree. Mrs. Campbell subsequently became the first black and African, the first black and the first woman to be appointed Director of the National Archives of Zimbabwe from 1981 to 1990, during which period she revolutionized the archives from its oppressive colonial elitist focus to a truly historical and national institution. Mrs. Campbell's archival expertise and outstanding industry as one of the two vice presidents of the International Council on Archives infused life into and attracted recognition into the fields of archaeology and cultural heritage in Zimbabwe, as evidenced by the numerous conferences and public exhibitions that the archives hosted during her term of office. In November 1990, Mrs. Angelina Campbell attained a prestigious presidential appointment to the Public Service Commission, where she diligently served as a commissioner until her retirement in 1998. An internationally recognized writer and presenter in defense of culture, Mrs. Campbell is an icon of womanly excellency and finesse, and a glowing role model for the girl child. We at the Midlands University will affectionately remember Mrs. Angelina Campbell as one of our selfless and diligent founding members of the Midlands State University Council. Exuding amazing energies, Mrs. Campbell continues to make inroads for women as she serves on several boards and councils of reputable institutions. Indeed, Your Excellency, in the light of the illustrious achievements by Mrs. Campbell, the Midlands State University wishes to duly honor her with a Doctor of Philosophy in Archaeology, Museum Studies, and the Cultural Heritage honoris causa. Midlands State University honors Mrs. Victoria Figile Chitepo. An educationist and a revolutionary who demonstrated a rare staying power and resilience in support of the liberation struggle of this country, from the nationalist days to her days in Tanzania, through the period when her husband died in Zambia in 1975. When Zimbabwe gained independence in 1980, Mrs. Chitepo did not seek rest, but relentlessly continued to serve the nation in several cabinet positions. Mrs. Chitepo left an indelible mark on the tourism and hospitality sector, a portfolio which she served with remarkable skill and competence for nearly 10 years. She ingeniously spearheaded the development of the tourism policy in Zimbabwe to make it relevant to the new socio-economic order, thereby facilitating the entry of indigenous players into the sector. Mrs. Victoria Chitepo creatively opened up different markets and established Zimbabwe tourist offices in London, in Frankfurt, in Chicago, and in Joburg. She became the force behind the environment and tourism thrust in international circles, thus putting Zimbabwe, the Zimbabwean Campfire Project, at the top of the list for sustainable tourism development cases. The project promoted tourism and the preservation of the much-needed wildlife. Cognizant of the fact that an international conference center would be a major attraction for business and tourism, Mrs. Victoria Chitepo initiated the idea that led to the construction of the then Sheraton, Harare Sheraton, which has become a most convenient meeting place for business and leisure. Mrs. Victoria Chitepo promoted management training programs for employees to the tourism sector, thereby exposing managers to international aspects of tourism standards. Your Excellency, it is for these reasons and many other remarkable achievements that the Midlands State University humbly wishes to honor Mrs. Victoria Figile Chitepo with a Doctor of Philosophy in Tourism